Hi, welcome to So Good Podcast. I'm Katie. Let's get the show started. Show is brought to you by The Look of Greatness. Hope everyone's doing okay. We're back outside again. I have a few talent that I'd like to bring to you all's attention, no particular order. I'm going to start off with Maxwell Barbee. 6'2", 185. He's a two-way player. It's a lot of those going around as of late. Wide receiver, cornerback. Went to Wilson High School. That was in Long Beach, California, class of 2025. A little background on him. His receiving coach at Wilson is NFL legend Deshaun Jackson. Action Jackson, as they call him. Few stats for him so far this year. In 10 games, 40 receptions, 800 yards. He averaged 20 per catch. And that was his longest reception was 85 yards with 10 touchdowns. He's a very dynamic player. Travis Hunter has, and a few other people in the past, but as of late, showcasing that you can play both sides of the football. And of course, you got to have the skill set to do that. This one here with Maxwell, he's definitely fire. He's definitely a star right now. In the very near future, you will definitely hear his name being called. But he's very agile, very quick off the line of scrimmage, very physical, a student of the game. He's going to be something to be reckoned with in the very near future. So I would like to bring that to you all's attention. Next, Shane Rosenthal. This one here is unique as well. 6 foot, 180, wide receiver, cornerback, free safety, class of 2025 from Newbury Park, California. He committed to Princeton. A little background on him. He had 122 catches for 1,947 yards and 21 touchdowns. On defensive side, he had 54 tackles, 12 interceptions. He returned 2 of them for touchdowns. It was from the safety position. He was also the first player in state history with 20-plus touchdowns and 10-plus interceptions in the same season. Was also an All-American. His skill set at the line of scrimmage, he's very dangerous. If you don't jam him at the line, you might be done for as a defensive player. He's very agile. He's an open field runner. He's very quick. He great after the catch. He runs good routes. He's a very talented athlete. Ball hawk on the defensive side. He's not afraid to come up and make a tackle. Student of the game as well. Very, very, very agile. Definitely stand out on film and on the football field. He's going to be something to be reckoned with as well in the very near future. Whatever program he decides to go to, he has. But in the very near future, what professional level that he decides to go to, he's going to be something to be reckoned with. And like I said before, these two-way players, they starting to grow on trees, man, for the lack of term. But definitely give him an opportunity. I'm going to go towards the basketball with this next talent. Derik. It's been a while since we have very dominant center presence. We have a few in the NBA that plays the center position. They can shoot from the perimeter. They got the 18-footer and also can play with their back against the basket. But Derik is a very unique talent. He can run the floor. He can hit the 18-footer, 15 to 18-footer. He also can knock down a three if you dare him to. Very consistent player. 6'10", 245. High school, he went to St. Francis. Also played for Academy in Florida as well. He chose collegiate Maryland. He's from the hometown Baltimore. A little background on him: was a McDonald's All-American Game MVP in 2024. He was a 5-star recruit and one of the top players in the 2024 recruiting class. Background on him continues his stats for this year. He's averaging 17.5 points, 8.7 rebounds, 2.4 assists. From the field goal percentage, he's at 60.9. He can do pretty much everything. He got great footwork. He definitely defends the rim, and he can hit the 15 to 18 footer with also the 3-pointer if you allow him to. He would definitely take the shot. Student of the game. He can finish with either hand. He's a player right now, and he's in Maryland, home base. He's very talented because he's on my radar. So at the end of the day, he's very talented in the very near future. Whatever professional league he goes into, he's going to be something to be reckoned with because there's not too many aggressive, bona fide centers that's in the game. Most of them, respectfully, if they over 6'8", 6'10", 6'11", they more finesse. They every now and again they get physical, but he's a flat out rim protector. Like he's very dominant, and he can also be aggressive on the offensive side of the basketball. Two-way player, run the floor pretty well, gets his teammates involved, sees the floor very well, and he plays within the flow of the game. Something to be reckoned with. Now with this one, I've seen people talk about him because of his last name and what family he comes from. But just his talent alone, yes, I know who he's kin to. Gabriel Taylor, Sean Taylor's youngest brother. He has his own way of playing, his style of playing. Yes, of course, his brother was, Sean Taylor, arguably the best talent at that position in NFL history. He just was shortened in his career. Very unfortunate for him and his family. My thoughts and prayers continues to go out to them. That was over 20 years ago. But he stated that he would love to play for the Washington Commanders in the near future and also wear his brother's number. Now, that number's retired, right? For the Ring of Honor with the Commanders. For him to put that out there, he feels as though that he can live up to that number. And the collegiate for Rice that Gabriel Taylor played for until he declared for the NFL. He wore number 26, which what Sean Taylor did, and at the U Miami. But Gabriel is a talent within himself. If he wasn't related to Sean Taylor, his stats showcase that he can actually play the game. He's a student of the game. He's a ball hawking safety, but also he will come down and put a hit on you. He takes great angles of the football on the football field to prevent the offensive team to progressing. He can run after the catch. He's very passionate. You can see he has that passion within him of the game. Ball hawking. He can play in zone. He could play in man. He could check the tight end. He could check the slot. He could play center fielder. He can play quarters. Whatever coverage that you ask of him, he can do. He can also check the tight end at the line of scrimmage if you're an aggressive defensive coordinator. But a little background on him. Like I said, he's 5'10", 190, safety. High school, he went to Gulliver Prep. Senior, he went to collegiate, as I said, Rice. His stats for the season just passed, leading up to declaring from the NFL: 34 solo tackles, 2 forced fumbles, 3 interceptions, 6 passes deflected, and also 3 sacks. That stat there. It's a lot of talent coming out this year. On my board, on this platform, he's the best safety come out of college. Hands down. The best safety come out of college. He can play. Like I said, he's very passionate. He loved the game. He's a student of the game. And with the support from his family, the things that him and his family went through 20 years ago with his older brother, got definitely a chip on the shoulder. Should. But he can play the game of football. And I look forward to him possibly playing for the Washington Commanders. That would be a nice story, But moving forward with the NFL primetime games, my primetime games, got to start off with tonight. The Rams at the 49ers. That's at 8:15. The 49ers are 6-7. The Rams are 7-6. They both are still in the hunt for a playoff spot. 4 games remaining in the NFL schedule. The Rams been on the roll. Matt Stafford and that crew over there, that offense, been very dominant as of late. That defense line for the Rams definitely put pressure with Verse and the crew over there. They acquired Emmanuel Forbes. So he would definitely help in that secondary, with Cam Curl and the other crew over there. 49ers been relatively dealing with injuries. As of late, Brock Purdy and the crew's coming back to the offensive side. The 49ers is getting one of their running backs, which it don't matter who the running back is in that scheme. They all could run in that scheme, in that zone stretch scheme. But who will win this game? It will be predicated on the weather. The weather should be good. If not, it would be difficult for the Rams. They're an indoor type of team, but Matt Stafford could play football. That team could play football no matter where. It all comes down to who's the most healthiest team. And the way that the Rams are playing, it's going to be tough to go against the 49ers on their home turf to win that game. But for the Rams, for me, it would be the Rams. They're relatively the better team as of right now because they're the most healthiest team. But I won't be surprised if it's a close, competitive game. It's going to take Brock Purdy to have a stellar game, outperform Matt Stafford. That's what it's going to come down to. I like the Rams to win this game. I can also see this game going under 50 points. Next on my radar, primetime games. The Dolphins at the Texans. That's Sunday at 1 p.m. The Dolphins are 6-7, and the Texans are 8-5. It's a good game. Definitely good game. Miami should definitely win this game. Texans are dealing with injuries, but over the last couple of weeks, they getting a few pieces back for C.J. Stroud and that team. The Dolphins right now, just a better team. With Tua coming back, getting in the flow, and they are getting the support from the organization. Continue to the Dolphins coach. They saying that his job pretty much safe as of right now. But I can also see the Dolphins being competitive. And with the Texans at home, they're relatively tough to win at home. C.J. Stroud is not to be played with, but Miami has a good defense, a good cornerback, and a good secondary, good pass rush. The offense over there with the Dolphins, it's going to be tough to stop them. This is a high-scoring game. See the Dolphins winning this game. It's just a better team overall. You would think that the Texans would defend their home turf. This is a high-scoring game here. Well, competitive game. I just think the Dolphins just do enough just to win. Next on my radar, you got the Bills at the Lions. That is Sunday, 4:25 p.m. The Bills are 10-3. Lions is 12-1. Lions on the roll. Last week game was very close. Came down to the wire. The Bills is definitely one of the premier teams in this league. This is definitely going to be a high-scoring game. I just see the Bills winning this game. Josh Allen and that crew over there, they've been relatively hurt as of late, but last week they got a few of their key pieces back on the offensive side and defensive side. The Lions just been on the roll. They tough at home. This is definitely going to be a good game, and it's definitely going over 50 points. I just see the Buffalo Bills pulling this game out, just making enough plays. Josh Allen just played out of his mind last week, just wasn't enough. But at the end, I believe that they would definitely do what it takes to win at home, to not only win on the road in a tough environment, possibly showcasing the blueprint going into the playoffs on how to defend the Detroit Lions. They only lost once, so I guess that's one, right? But they haven't lost since then. Buffalo's a very tough team. This is a playoff caliber game, and Buffalo and the way Allen is playing out of his mind. So I just think that the Buffalo Bills will contain that run game for the Lions. They'll be going back and forth when it comes to throwing the football from both quarterbacks. There's going to be some high numbers coming from that position of the quarterback position. I just see the Buffalo Bills win this game on a very tough turf against the Detroit Lions. Last but not least, the Commanders coming off a bye week at the Saints. Commanders 8-5. The Saints are 5-8. That game's at Sunday at 1 p.m. Saints is dealing with a lot of injuries. Chase Young, as of late, been putting a lot of pressure on the quarterbacks. He might be fully healthy coming off that major injury that he had a year or so ago. Saints losing Derik for a few weeks, for almost, I believe, the remainder of the rest of the season. Whatever quarterback they're going to go into in the game with, somewhat advantage to them, the Saints. I just think the Commanders would do enough on defensive side to contain them. And Kamara, they're going to have to stop him, prevent him from taking over the game. He can actually win a game by himself. But I think that the Commanders come off a bye week, been rejuvenated with that rest right on time, and possibly seeing Marshall Lattimore going against his old team. Great story, right? Great story for him to go against his home team. Right before the trade deadline, the Commanders traded for him from the Saints. This offense is going to be a little different for the Commanders. I think they're going to show the league and in this game a little different approach. You have Noah Brown for the Commanders out for a few weeks, might be out for the whole year with an internal injury. The Commanders also claimed a receiver from the New England Patriots, waived him on December 10th. KJ Osborne, that's another speedster that can stretch the field. Great route runner. Just haven't really gotten a chance when the inconsistency from the quarterback position early in the year with the Patriots. Now Drake May is definitely playing much better now. But KJ Osborne could definitely contribute on this offense and the way and new approach that I think the Commanders are going to take. With Noah Brown, he was more of a physical possession receiver on the outside, opposite of Terry McLaurin. Now that he's not on the field, Commanders most likely will go back to intermediate game plan. A lot of bubble screens. As of late, they've been throwing the football down the field. I think they're going to get back to the intermediate route running because there's more speed now in this wide receiver corps just from that one player, Noah Brown, not being on the field. I think Jane Daniels will get back to being more efficient, which he has been last week, but the previous 3 games, it was kind of inconsistent, not only for him, but for the team in totality. But for Jay Daniels to continue to showcase why he's the best quarterback this year from a draft class, the rookie quarterback, and should be winning the Rookie of the Year. Just think that the Commanders need to come out fast, aggressive, and showcase that they are one of the best teams in the NFL, not only in the NFC, but in the NFL. From earlier or a couple of games ago against the Dallas Cowboys was relatively hurt as well. They lost that game against a division rival. Dallas was pretty much hurt, and the Commanders lost on their home field against that Dallas Cowboys division game. It was close, went down to the wire. I think they don't like that how that game turned out. I don't believe that they're going to allow that to happen. Great environment. You got some players on the Commanders going back home, LSU, New Orleans, and LA on that side. And should be a good game. If Marshall Lattimore play, I'm looking for a great dominant performance from the defense. Not only from him, because he's a proven player, all-pro caliber corner player in this league, has proven himself. Yes, he's been traded to a different team, new scheme, but that type of talent, Marshall Lattimore, he's a shutdown corner. He could take down the whole field. He could take the number 1 receiver or any receiver that you ask of him. He's that gifted. Make tackles. He's a student of the game. Great footwork. Get turnovers, and he also can take it to the house. But they have to clear him, and he has to also play this week. Jameis Crowder might play as well. They gave him the 21-day window opportunity to play. Well, like I said, with the injuries going on that roster, that wide receiver corps definitely got to showcase their talent, and I think they will this week. But don't allow Chase Young to go off, because he definitely will. Because he has a chip on his shoulder as well. So I see the Commanders winning this game. Tough game on their turf, the Saints. But they should come out and win this game. This game should definitely go over 50 points total. Those my predictions on this week, my NFL primetime game. So I surely appreciate everyone for continuing to type in on this platform. Check out the merch. Should be a link in the bio. Definitely, continue to support this platform. I surely appreciate everyone. This is So Get the Podcast. I'm KD. Brought to you by the Look of Greatness. Have a good one.